Welcome to my list fairy. Today we're going to do a Q&A. So a few days ago I asked on my community tab if you guys had any questions for this Q&A, and I have some questions, so we're going to answer them.
Well, duh.
Okay, so our first question is, what first got you introduced to the Zelda franchise? And if you had to pick, what would be your favorite game that isn't a Zelda game? So my first introduction to the Zelda franchise, as far as I remember, was Link to the Past. And it was a friend of my older sister's that actually introduced it to me. He was like, here, play this, it's great. And I did play it and it was great. It was very hard game. But yeah, that was my first introduction to it. And my favorite game that isn't a Zelda game, that's a hard choice. Instinctively, I want to say Pokemon Red, because that game, like, I played that game almost more than anything else in life, with the exception of Breath of the Wild and now Tears of the Kingdom. So that game means a lot to me, but there is a nostalgic factor about it. So it's not necessarily because like it's the greatest game of all time, but I just played it a lot when I was growing up. I also really love the first Kingdom Hearts. I feel like that would be in my top 3 for sure. Okay, here are the next few questions. What would you rate Tears of the Kingdom out of 10? Right now it's a 10. I don't know if it's just the hype of it, but right now it's a 10. Like, it's incredible. I literally just finished it yesterday, and yesterday as of the day I'm recording. So I finished it on the 11th of June, and it's just incredible. 10 out of 10, at least right now. That's how I feel. What color hair was your favorite? Well, this is a wig, by the way. I'm not currently coloring my hair, but I've had lots of different colors throughout the years. I've had purple hair, like real, like my actual hair dyed purple, pink, red, black, blonde. I think pink has been my favorite throughout time, hence why I tend to go towards pink wigs right now. But any sort of pink purple-ish variation is probably my go-to. What champion's ability is your favorite as of Tears of the Kingdom? Okay, so the Sage's abilities. I don't know. I feel like they're not as good as the Breath of the Wild champion's abilities. I really feel strongly about that. But I think my favorite is Tulin's, just because it's the most useful one, I find. As far as traveling, it's not as good as Rivali's Gale, I'm sorry. But yeah, probably Tulin's. I do find Unobos quite useful when I'm mining and exploring caves. I never use Sidons, never, like only accidentally. And Regius is good for sure, but it's hard to find her in the middle of battle. She tends to run away. And the last question here is, can people send you fan mail? No, I don't have like a PO box or anything right now. It's not worth the cost, considering that I'm a very small channel. And paying for a space like that, like I just couldn't afford that right now. I do have a donation link if you want to support the channel monetarily, but obviously I don't expect you to, but it is on the description of every video. And there's also just my email that you can send emails to, that's on my about page as well. Okay, next question. Which is your favorite boss battle in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom? And bonus, which is your favorite boss theme? Okay. So in Breath of the Wild, I want to say Mascoshia, possibly. It's just the one that's a bit different than the Blights. In Tears of the Kingdom, well, the final boss is pretty amazing, all phases. But the one that stood out the most to me, I don't even know its name, but it's like a Fire Temple boss that you fight during the Unobo quest. And it's the one where you have to get like a ship, and you're doing it like mid-air on one of the Zonai wings, and it's just the coolest thing ever. I don't remember the name of the boss, but it was probably the most fun I had fighting a boss in Tears of the Kingdom. And as far as favorite boss theme, Mascoshia. You cannot beat Mascoshia. I feel like in Tears of the Kingdom, the Kogera music is pretty cool, but still, the Mascoshia one, so far, unbeatable. Next question. What would you like to see if they made a Zelda movie? Well, I made a video about the Zelda movie, well, the rumors of the Zelda movie a while ago, like right when they first started showing up. And I did mention a few things that I would hope to see. One, I would hope to see a story connected to Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom, just because I feel like that would be a smart choice. I also definitely would want something a little darker, a little like Twilight Princess vibe, an actual like human, well, Gerudo Ganondorf, not like Calamity. And for Link to be silent, honestly. I would hate it if he just had a bunch of dialogue. I'm still very on the fence of whether I want this to happen at all. I feel like it could go really wrong. Okay, next one. Do you have any plans related to Tears of the Kingdom? In Breath of the Wild, they made a movie like Urbosa shows that she's the real champion for 9 minutes, or when Link fell in love with Zelda, etc. I mean, for example, Rauru is a great character for 10 minutes. Yeah, so here's the thing. I love making those compilations of cutscenes and stuff like that. I do get slightly scared sometimes with YouTube because I heard that back when Breath of the Wild came out, Nintendo would copyright strike certain videos that included cutscenes, and it makes me wonder if they're gonna do that with Tears of the Kingdom now. I haven't seen it happening. I feel like people have been posting cutscenes, so it should be fine, but I'm slightly scared, but I might, because I really like those videos and they perform really well. Like, people enjoy watching them, so it's definitely a possibility. We'll see. Alright, here's the next one. What is your favorite Zelda game and why, and how many have you played? Up until recently, it was Breath of the Wild. I now feel like Tears of the Kingdom has surpassed it. However, I need to play Tears of the Kingdom for as much time as I have played Breath of the Wild to really make that kind of decision. Because, like I said earlier, it could just be the hype, but it feels like an upgraded version of Breath of the Wild, honestly. As for how many I've played, not that many actually, surprisingly. I've played A Link to the Past, I've played Ocarina of Time, and I've played Majora's Mask. And then Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I played a little bit of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, but literally just like the first few minutes, first few areas of the game. So I don't know if that really counts as playing it. Next question. Any plans for your Discord server? Well, my plans are, please join my Discord server, everyone. We have over 2,000 subscribers here, and my Discord server has like, I don't know, 60-ish people. And it's such a fun server, honestly. It's so friendly and we have fun games. So if you're interested, if you're into Discord, just join it. It's fun. Just do it. There's a link in the description. Next question. What inspired you to make videos and what inspired your name? What inspired me to make videos, I talked about this a little bit on other Q&As. It was basically watching Mr. A Game and realizing that I could be doing that too. It looked really fun to stream videos. Well, to post videos and stream as well. I haven't streamed in ages, but that's a whole other thing. I will, I promise. But yeah, basically, as I started playing Breath of the Wild, YouTube started recommending me a lot of Mr. A Game videos, and that kind of inspired me to just do it myself. As far as the name, it doesn't have like a huge meaning behind it. I wanted something with malice because I really like purple, and I wanted that to be the general color scheme of the channel. So I was just trying different word combinations, and fairy just sounded cool to me. So that's how it came about, just a random like brainstorming session. And our last question is, can you make a link with captions for Tears of the Kingdom? So yes. So if you don't know, I have a series on the channel called Breath of the Wild. The link has subtitles and it did really well. People seem to enjoy it. So I'm definitely going to do one for Tears of the Kingdom. It's just a matter of time. I have to start a new file and I'm basically going to go through the whole game and subtitle link. So that's probably going to start maybe towards the end of the month-ish. I think that's my guess as to when I'm going to post the first one. But maybe sooner, I don't know. It depends on life and how much time I have, but it is happening, I promise. Thanks everyone for asking questions. I hope you liked my answers, and just keep an eye on the community tab because I will soon post something for a future video about Tears of the Kingdom hot takes. So if you want your Tears of the Kingdom hot takes in my video, make sure you comment there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.